to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this makeup look right here. This is actually the look that I was wearing in my Ulta haul recently, and you guys wanted to see that look. I was so excited, so I decided to sit down and film it. This is actually the second time I'm trying to recreate this look for you guys. The first time the footage looked horrible, so I just scrapped that video and I mentioned on Instagram that I was going to refilm it. So here I am. It finally came out the way that I like it, and so far so good. So I did quickly want to just mention to you guys that for this eye look, since I wasn't intending on filming it, I'm using quite a few palettes. I know, I apologize. So I'm going to be using the AINA palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm also using the Riviera palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And girl, I'm also using the ColourPop Lilac You a Lot. So I'm dipping into quite a few eyeshadow palettes. If you guys do not have these eyeshadows on hand or these palettes, definitely use whatever you have in your collection. You can definitely substitute these shades for other ones, and you don't even need to use purples. You can do pink, you can do greens, you can even do blues. Any color will look beautiful. It's honestly just about the method of how you do it. And yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to tell you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Before we jump into the video, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. And of course, if you guys would like to see how I created this makeup look right here, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so let's jump into today's makeup look. So I'm going to be using my P.LOUISE base in the shade Rumour number 2, of course. I love to dot this all over my eyelid. This stuff is just truly amazing, you guys. If you have not tried it, you're definitely missing out. And I always blend it out with this buffing brush right here. This one is from Morphe. It's amazing, and it's literally the perfect brush for this. It blends it out so effortlessly, you guys, and it just gives you a nice smooth base. And I feel like it gives me a really nice even layer of this base as well, and really helps me blend it nicely. So there we go, everything's nice and prepped. So we're going to be jumping into the AINA palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills first. If you guys do not have this palette in your collection, you really did miss out if you can't get your hands on it. It is so beautiful, and I'm going to be using that beautiful purple called Big Wig. This is one of my favorite shades in this palette, and I'm actually going to be packing this on. Same method as always. By the way, if you guys hear the air conditioner, I'm sorry, but it's so hot in here. But anyways, I'm going to be packing on the pigment first. You guys know I'm always about packing on the pigment as much as I can before I worry about blending. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just packing that purple right into that socket of my eye. And then I'm going to be jumping into the ColourPop Lilac You a Lot palette. This palette is gorgeous, you guys, and I'm going to be taking the shade called Zoned Out, and of course this is a lighter like lilac purple. I'm going to be using this to blend out that harsh line and basically to just start to diffuse this eyeshadow, because we do want it to look nice and blown out. So I really did take my time with this and make sure everything is nice and blended. And then I'm going to be going in with the shade called Iffy, which is also a beautiful purple, and I put this shade on just to kind of marry that lilac with the darker purple from the AINA palette. I just didn't want it to be a super difference in between those two shades. So then I'm going to go back in to the Lilac You a Lot palette, and I'm taking the shade Ghostin', and I'm just applying that right on that outer edge just to make everything look nice and blown out, you know? So then I'm going to go back in with Big Wig and of course start to pack this all over the lid. And to pack that on, I'm just using a flat shader brush just to make sure I can get as much pigment as possible onto the eyelid. So then I'm going to go back into the ColourPop palette and take that shade called Iffy, and I'm going to put this on the lid as well. Now, what this is going to do is, since we're putting that lighter purple over that darker purple from the AINA palette, it's going to almost make it look like you put a deeper color in the crease purposely, but you really didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we kind of put it all over the place, but since we're meshing the colors together, it gives you that beautiful intensity in the crease. It's gorgeous. So then I went ahead and mixed the shade Ghostin' and Zoned Out, and of course I blended everything into perfection. You know how we do over here on this channel, okay? And at this point, I'm just focusing on intensity, just making sure all the shadows are looking nice and intense and none of them lost any pigmentation. That's basically it. Then I'm going to go ahead and do some brow bone highlighting. I'm going to be using my Riviera palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. You guys know this is my favorite white of all time. This is the shade Sales in that palette, and basically what this step is going to do is really enhance that brow bone, really give you that beautiful structured brow bone. Girl, I live for this. I really do. So that's basically it. You're going to go ahead and do some brow bone highlight. Then we're going to go ahead and prep our lashes with some mascara. This is the KKW Beauty Mascara. You guys know this is my jam. It is so unique. The formula is undescribable, you guys. You just have to try it for yourself. You definitely have to try it. So next I'm going to go ahead and just apply some lashes. These are from the Balm Lash Extensions. These are my jam. They're in the style Era. Beautiful lashes, and that's basically it. Let's go ahead and move on to the face makeup. So of course we're going to start off with primer. This is the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. This is their gripping primer, you guys. I needed to show you a swatch. Girl, this is literally a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. It is insane, and the best part is it's not even half the price. It's about a quarter of the price of the Milk one, so definitely check it out. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Foundation. Mine is in the shade 4.0. It is honestly amazing. If you guys are looking for a nice full coverage foundation that's affordable, this is it. So I'm going to be mixing a little bit of my Makeup Forever HD stick, just because the Beauty Creations one is just a little bit too yellow for me right now, and I'm going to be blending that out with my Morphe brush. This is the M439. So for cream bronzing today, I'm going to be using the Milk Makeup Bronzing Stick. This one is in the shade Baked, one of my favorites. It is so beautiful. It gives you the perfect amount of bronze, but it's not too overpowering, and it really does blend like a dream. Then for concealer, I'm going to be using my JOUER Essential High Coverage Concealer. This one is in the shade Cream Cafe. Beautiful full coverage concealer that's really going to make your under eyes look airbrush, you guys. It is amazing. And of course, I always show you guys my powder before I start blending because we crease like crazy, and I'm going to be using the COLLAB powder to set everything in place. So first, of course, I'm going to be blending everything out. This is actually a makeup sponge from e.l.f. And this is from their Retro Paradise collection. I've actually been loving this sponge. It is really amazing, and they're super bouncy. But anyways, let's get back to the concealer. Do you guys see how flawless? Girl, love it. And then of course I'm just going to set everything in place. So I like to press the powder in on each side first because girl, I crease so quickly, it's unreal. And then I go back in and go ahead and just blend everything out so that way everything looks nice and smooth. You guys, this powder is also amazing. It is one of my favorites, and you can find it at Sally's. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. I'm actually using the shade Medium. I know I usually use the shade Light, but right now your girl got some color. So we're going to be using the shade Medium, and of course I'm going to set everything in place. And then for bronzer, no surprise, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Tan. You guys, this bronzer is where it's at. It is beautiful. If you guys like that really warm sun-kissed kind of bronze, this is it. This has been my go-to, and I love it. So for blush, I'm going to be using this trio from Morphe. This one is called Pop of Coral. It is gorgeous and the perfect shade for today's look. And I'm just using a Morphe brush to go ahead and blend this out. And I left a longer clip of me doing my blush this time because I really wanted you guys to see how ham I go with the blush. So I'm like, girl, is that enough? I think that's enough. Maybe just a little bit more. I'm ridiculous. So for highlight, I'm going to be using the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in Rodeo Drive. This is such a beautiful highlight, you guys, and I haven't used her in a long time, so I decided to use her for today's video. She is stunning, and that is basically it. We're going to move back into the eyes. So for the lower lash line, I'm going to be going in with the Rimmel Scandal Eyes eyeliner in the shade Nude. I spoke about this before, you guys. This is such an amazing liner. If you like a nude liner in your waterline, check this one out. I got it at Walmart. So I'm going to be going back into the shade Big Wig from the Anastasia and Jackie Aina palettes, and I'm going to be applying that to the lower lash line using a flat definer brush. This is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe brush. And then going back into the ColourPop palette, I'm going to be using the shade Iffy, and with a small domed blending brush, I'm just going to start to diffuse that Big Wig shade, but then I do go back in with the flat definer brush just to go ahead and build the intensity again. But this is what's going to give you that really beautiful blown out look. Then for the inner corner, I'm going back in with the white shade from the Riviera palette, and I'm going to pop that in my inner corner just for a little light in that area. And that's basically it. I'm going to give myself a good coat of mascara. This is the same KKW Beauty mascara. And girl, let's move on to these lips. So for lip liner, no surprise, I'm using the KKW Beauty lip liner in the shade Nude number 2. You guys, this lip liner, amazing. It is my go-to. So I don't overline my lips. I just line my lips as normal, but then I do fill them in just a little bit, and I do this because I feel like it helps my liquid lipstick kind of blend into the lips with the lip liner better, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just prefer it that way. So then for liquid lipstick, I'm going to be going in with the Laura Lee Los Angeles liquid lipstick in the shade Nakey Nakey. Nothing surprising here. I know, I really do love this liquid lipstick, you guys. The color is unlike anything in my collection. So this was looking pretty. I really do love it, but my trick for lips always is to always go back in with my lip liner and reline the perimeter of my lips. This is what's going to give you that really beautiful pouty look. If you guys have not tried this method, girl, try it. You're going to be like, dang girl, these are my own lips? Like, girl, stop playing. It's amazing. This trick is phenomenal. But of course, I need the center to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to go in with this Jordana liquid lipstick in the shade And I'm just going to put this in the center of my lips, go ahead and blend it out with my finger, and then do the same lip liner trick. And girl, boom, the lips are done. Obsessed with this lip combo. It is beautiful. So to go ahead and set my face, of course, I'm using my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. This mist really does transform the skin and gives it that beautiful glow. And girl, that's basically it. This look is complete. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video and learned a few tips and tricks. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!